Where are we here?
Also, everyone can see and hear us.
Huh. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. This is the Blaze the Lion podcast. I am your host. Well, for a short while tonight. Blaze the Lion. Mhm. Thank you all for tuning in as more people come in. Tonight is different. This is episode 61, and it's panel time. We all love the panels, but this time, as I read, I am part of the panel. So I have two hosts that will actually be leading tonight's episode. Before we get into that, make sure you like this episode. You're watching it live on YouTube or on iSquad TV on Facebook. Click that like button, like this episode, and also subscribe to the Blaze the Lion podcast. We have monthly themes. Every month there is a different theme. We've had past themes from doctors to vegan chefs to.
Wait, it's not my podcast then.
Okay.
All right.
Off to a great start.
Right.
Great. I'm on an island. Yes.
Communication is key.
That should be one of the topics tonight.
Yeah.
Not hand signals.
Nonverbal communication, no go here.
Pass.
Yes. So every month we have themes, right? From vegan chefs to doctors to book authors. We have athletes coming up. And this month of February, our theme has been power couples all month. Every Tuesday, we've highlighted a power couple. So I figured, we figured that why not end February's theme with a power couple panel? It's only right. So we got power couples from all over the world, right? To share their experiences, right? We all have different journeys. We all have different views. And tonight you will see them all displayed live as we embarrass ourselves for your enjoyment and entertainment. This is what we do on the Blaze the Lion podcast. All right. So before I take control of this podcast, as I normally do, tonight I want to give the microphones over, yes, to my lovely host.
We ready. Hey everybody, I am Sherry Shabazz from After Hours Radio. I am a certified herbalist and a self-care sexualist. I talk about anything and everything under the sun when it comes to relationships, dating, intimacy, couples, sex, the entire nine. So with Sherry Shabazz here tonight hosting, we are going to get a little, very grown. I hope you guys are ready, but I'm going to make sure that everybody is comfortable. I know some of our panelists are like, hold on, wait a minute, we didn't discuss this. But don't worry, if you guys have any questions, just make sure you put it in the chat. So Blaze, you're going to monitor the chat, right?
Yes.
So we can get those questions answered, but I am very excited to hear from other power couples. I think it's very important that people see power couples and understand the struggle. It may look all beautiful on the outside, which is a great thing, but behind closed doors, we know how that can get. Brandon?
All right. Well, great introduction, Sherry. My name is Brandon, and I am Blaze's cousin. I've been on a podcast. It's probably my fifth, sixth time on the podcast. Eighth? Who's counting? But anyways, I'm here. I've grown. I should act grown, but I'm gonna leave those questions to Sherry, and I'm gonna ask the PG, maybe PG-13 questions.
It won't be bad
for the panel. I don't know. I might get Frisky ask our question, but most likely be PG-13. Like I said, I've been on here 8 times since 2020. So it's gonna be almost 2 years that I've been a part of this podcast. And so I'm a regional marketing manager for a beverage company called Alani Nu. So definitely look out for that in your local retailers, Walmart, Public. Oh, sorry, let me not promote that right now. But anyways, we're looking to have a good time. And again, we're just gonna ask questions, that the couples feel like answering. And I'm actually coming at this podcast from a different perspective. I'm single. I'm not in a relationship, so I'm here to learn.
You're going to
More than
learn.
anything.
You're going to learn. Take
I
notes.
feel like what I learned here, I can then take this and try to find my better half or my significant other. So you guys are teaching me today. I'm just asking the questions. What do you got, Tamiko? Is there something?
It was breaking up. Can you repeat that?
Breaking up? Was it really?
Well, do it again. No?
Anyways, I'm done introducing myself. So the rest of the couples, if you want to do a quick introduction to say you are, how you know Blaze, and what brought you to this podcast. We'll start with Charles and Shakira. You're on mute.
I kind of,
All right.
I felt like I was going to go this
That's
way.
what happened. You know that.
All right, I'll let you go first.
No, you go first.
I'll go first.
Yes.
Okay, so I know Blaze from Toastmasters, and it's exciting to be here. And we'll just get to Blaze after the podcast, right? Jane and I will get to Blaze after the podcast. But
You set you up.
right, the setup, right, for tonight. Let's see. What was the question? Like, what was the question?
Just Blaze, what just made you decide to come onto the podcast, and anything else you want to tell the audience?
Okay, so we're here to share and to learn also, and to just give our insights and to meet other couples who are out there. It's always good to engage with couples, right? And to see and hear how they're working and how they're making things happen as a couple and in relationships. So Blaze put the request out, and I needled the husband and say, hey, let's do this, and he agreed. So we'll see what the night unfolds.
So Brandon, you just got your first secret for a successful relationship. I agree with her.
There you go, smart man. Very smart man. Fellas, listen.
That's how I got here, okay? I just said
You are
yes.
a male. Take notes. Single, married. Take notes.
No, trust me. I got it right here on my phone.
Okay, all right, you got that.
Single man.
Noted, Charles. Thank you for
All
that.
right, you're welcome. Yeah, but I'm Charles Taylor. I'm married to Shakira, and my number one secret is yes, dear. That's my number one secret.
Yeah.
Oh my
Smart
God.
man.
Okay.
You were raised right. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's hear from Jane and Nelson.
Well, hello, everyone. So I also know Blaze from Toastmasters. It all comes back to Toastmasters, but I am also a member of the boot camp now. So I'm his number one student
Okay.
in boot camp. That's right.
All right.
And I was participating in a program, and it was Say Yes to Everything Day. And I got asked to be on this program for power couples. And I wasn't really sure what the definition of a power couple was, but it was say yes to everything. So I said, it would only work out if he agreed, and he will not agree. So I asked him, and he goes, yeah, I'll do it. So that's what brought us here.
It's 30 years already.
Good job, Nelson.
Well done.
What she's so worried about. Now she's worried. But
Now I'm worried.
Don't be Jane. I'm going to be very
I just
gentle.
want to know if we're going to talk about whipped cream.
Oh my God.
We're going to talk about who?
Whipped cream.
Mike, I'm getting ready to exit.
Listen, Jane.
How do you keep 35 years alive?
Hey, that's right.
That frozen food section.
Fellas, again, take notes. Take notes. The men are dropping gems tonight.
I mean, Nelson, I would actually introduce yourself, but I feel like you've already done it. Like,
Okay. There you go,
That's
Brandon.
enough. I think it's time to move on.
So Brandon, you just got your second lesson. Say yes
Oh, wait, no, that way.
and have the food ready.
okay, that's two. That's two, and like we just started. Like, okay, let's move right along. Keisha, Dan, what you got for us?
Greetings, everyone. My name is Keisha, and
My name is Damon.
I refuse to speak for him tonight. No, I'm just, no, but I know Blaze. I call him my grocery shopping brother. Like every store that I go to, that's like a farmer's market or Whole Foods, I see him. We shop at the same time at the same place all the time for some reason. So I just know him through the grocery store. He was recently on my show on Instagram. So when he asked, I was like, sure, why not?
Okay.
So that's how come
I'm like Charles. I would say yes, dear.
Welcome, everybody.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I've been
He
trending.
didn't always say yes, dear. We went to high school together.
Oh,
That's always-
Well, you groomed
that's our
him right,
first-
okay, Keisha. You kind of, you help the grooming.
yes, you're
Yeah.
right.
I mean, Brandon, I don't know if you want to start with the game or if you just, because that's a great question. If you just want to
We
start with
will,
that
but
question.
hold on. We
I
got
forgot. I'm
a
so
special
sorry.
couple up here. You see,
Because they started, y'all don't beat me. Do not
hey,
beat
that wasn't me.
Please do not beat me. I apologize. I'm so sorry. Because they started, I didn't realize they didn't introduce themselves.
No, Sherry, that's an honest mistake because they were talking, except for Miss Chambers. You see, so Blaze, we really don't need to hear from you. But Miss Chambers, Tamiko, would you like to introduce yourself
I'm
to
just
the
going to
world?
bring everybody up to speed. There's this thing between Brandon and I. Where he's going to try and throw me under the bus several times tonight. However,
No.
sir, it is not going to work. My name is Tamiko Chambers. I am the owner of Star Child Social. I have been this beautiful man's partner for almost a year already.
Wow.
Joke is, we met in Toastmasters.
Listen, all you single people,
Join
join the
Toastmasters.
Toastmasters.
What I gotta do to sign up?
That's a great
I gotta say a speech or something. What I gotta do?
Listen, you gotta get hooked up, Brandon.
So you got
That's
three
great
tips
marketing.
there, Brandon. You got 3 tips there.
That's
Yeah.
3 already. Hey, I'm good.
Yeah.
I might be gone after the 15th.
Right.
I'm like, Terry, it's all you, girl.
Yeah.
So we'll see you on Thursday at
Okay.
Yep.
I'll be there.
All right.
I'd be remiss if Blaze, please. What would you like to share with your audience? This is your audience.
Hello, TV Land.
Hola.
My name is Blaze Goldsmith, Blaze the Lion, and I'm just happy to be here.
That's it.
How does it feel to switch seats tonight? How do you feel?
Terrible.
Oh.
This is
I thought you were gonna say a
quite
little
an
nervous.
adjustment, but life is about change and being able to adapt to change. Opens
releasing
more doors of
control.
opportunity. Yeah. You see, I'm like doing all the nervous things. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but I'm not nervous. So.
Okay. I see Jane is nervous. She's like, Nelson, come back here. You started this. Hold on. You're not
Blaze,
losing
I'm not
me.
gonna ask you any questions without Nelson by your side. We promise.
Yeah.
Nelson just went to the freezer. That's all.
Yes.
He was like, hold up. Where did
I
he
was
go?
storing it out for later.
Oh, do I need to write that down too? Or just leave
I love Nelson. I love
Bridge is
Nelson.
right there. Oh.
I'm a fan of Nelson. I'm definitely a fan of
For
Nelson.
sure.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you.
For sure.
Brandon, do you want to go ahead and get into the game?
Yes. So
Okay.
normally, if you guys watch the Blaze the Lion podcast, this segment is usually towards the end, but we're gonna start with it. Does anybody know what time it is?
Color time. Color time.
Okay,
Color time.
that's it.
Get it, Jane. Let's go.
Oh, Jay, there we go.
Hey, hey,
Hey.
hey,
It's
hey,
color time.
hey, hey.
But see, this version of color time is a little different because I'm gonna ask themes around colors, but it's really gonna be about what you guys feel. Colors your partner wears, colors that make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Again, I'm keeping it PG. So I'm just gonna be random. I'm gonna be all over the place with this. And I really feel like Jane and Nelson for this first question. I hope you guys don't mind. But Jane, what color looks sexiest on Nelson? And why?
I have to say black.
Okay. There you go, Nelson. Look, you're ready. You ready for tonight?
The why
Yes.
is because it's the only thing he wears.
Wow.
So it would either be all or nothing.
Oh, ooh, wait.
Jane, you're starting. Just so you know, Jane, you're
That's what I'm
starting, right?
saying. All or nothing.
Jane,
You saw
that
me
was a
go to the
beautiful
refrigerator
answer.
where
You
it's
couldn't have said it any better than that.
So that's it.
Okay.
You
Moving
probably
on.
in trouble, Jane.
Nelson, same question to you.
black.
What color looks sexiest on Jane?
Black.
Oh, really? Black too?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same reason why? Because she always wears it, or is there another reason?
She never wears it.
I was
Sherry's like,
Nelson. Nelson,
Sherry's
I'm
like-
rooting for you.
What?
Okay. Same question. I'm gonna move on from that. I don't know where I'm going. I'm scared of where it's going, so I'm just gonna move on. I've learned that. Same question to Charles and Shakira.
Oh God. He just buys and wears black. That's all he does. His entire closet is black. He looks really great in brown, like a chocolate brown. Looks really smooth, really nice, really, really hot. But he only buys and wears black everything. That's his only color. Like he won't buy any other color. He just won't.
Okay.
Charles.
So for me, the best color look the best on Shakira.
Yeah.
Nude.
Oh God. What color is that?
Like fabric? Wait,
Remember, I'm
like,
taking notes, so you got to be specific. You know,
like
No,
nude fabric
nude is a
or
color,
nude-
right?
it can be.
With the 64 color box, right? Nude is a color. So
Fabric or skin?
excuse me.
Fabric? Nude fabric or nude skin? That's different.
Oh.
I leave it up to you all.
Leave it up to the imagination of the audience.
That's right.
Okay, Sherry, I think I'm gonna just keep going. We're gonna go. Or would you like to ask a question now?
No, we didn't. I don't think we asked Keisha.
Yeah, no. Oh, I'm gonna ask them, but I'm gonna switch it up. Keisha and
Okay.
Damon.
Ooh, switch up.
Okay. Remember, this is gotta be confident with each other. Keisha, what color does Damon wear that you prefer he wouldn't wear?
You said that so nicely.
Oh wow. I was ready for the other question. I was like, I got my
We're
head.
gonna switch it up. See, that's
Oh,
why.
which color do I? Red. Oh my god.
Oh, Damon, why? Red.
And to be honest with you, I don't really.
He doesn't wear it. And if he should wear it, I would not like it.
You don't like the color red?
Not on Damon. See, Damon is high colored, and high colors don't look good on him to me. So
I feel
like
the same way.
red, orange, I just can't handle it.
I feel the same way.
Right.
It blends in with the complexion.
Right. Like
Yeah.
khakis look good on him. Mint green, But
Okay.
red and orange, no,
That's not it.
not
Okay.
it.
I'm afraid, but Damon, same question to you. Now, I will say, tread lightly. Just
Listen, I'm used to her wearing, tonight in particular, she's not wearing it, but she normally wears a lot of African outfits, right? So she's always a lot of multicolors, printed fabrics. So I see her in different shades. So there's not really a color that I've seen her wear that I don't like, to be honest with you.
Good answer, honey.
Everything
Great answer.
I love. So I think y'all got me on that one.
Ms. Chambers and Blaze,
So,
same question. But Blaze, I want you to start first, if you don't mind.
So can you repeat the question again?
What color does Tamiko, aka Miss Chambers, wear that you just would prefer that she didn't, and why?
Ooh.
that was a big side.
To be honest,
And you can't say the same answer as Damon. Okay. Damon's smart. He already got that one.
Right.
The same thing.
she actually does wear a lot of African patterns and stuff, which I love.
Okay.
I honestly can't think of a color you've worn that
Great
I don't like.
answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great answer.
Okay. Tamiko, I feel like there's a color in your mind.
Not really. I was actually trying to think of it because I had a feeling you were gonna again try and get me with this question. So I've been thinking about it,
Okay.
but I don't think there is anything that he's worn that I'm like, oh, like you can't wear that color.
Okay.
I prefer him in certain colors.
Oh, well, then what colors do you prefer him in?
I really like the browns and blues, the purple suit thing. Like that's really cute.
All right. I like that. All right. My next question is, again, remember, I was trying to keep this PG. We gonna keep it PG, but
PG.
We're adults, Brandon. We're adults.
PG-13, we're adults.
PG-13.
We're grown here. So, okay,
Right.
you're right.
Take
You know
it there.
what? We're gonna go back to Charles and Shakira. What color reminds you of making love to your partner? And whoever wants to answer it first can.
What color reminds you of making love to your partner?
Oh.
I like that question.
Me
Well,
too.
could we-
I'm curious about the answers.
No. Black.
Of course he's gonna go. He doesn't know any other color. Just black. He doesn't know any other color but black.
Shakira,
Right.
he could have said nude. He could have said nude.
You're right. You're right. I didn't think of Thank you, Tamika.
I thought that was
He
coming.
could have.
Charles. All right.
But of
Sorry,
course he's
sorry.
gonna go with black.
But Shakira told me to keep it PG. So
I'm sorry, Brandon. I know you want to keep it PG, but there are levels to
Okay.
making love.
yeah.
And because we're adults, we're just gonna go ahead and say the word. You know, what color do you prefer your mate wear when you're having sex? Because I know
Okay.
sometimes when you want to, you know, go to Pound Town, not necessarily make love, you might prefer a different color. Right? I know reds usually spice things up, but when you want to be a little bit more, I want to make love to her, you might like the soft colors like yellow and lavender. So can we ask you guys, well, I'm gonna go back to Charles.
I see black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's black around, it's black
For me,
across
it's
the board.
black. It's black or even nude. Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
So, hey, I'm just being.
Yeah,
We're
that's
gonna
good.
skip, we're gonna skip Jane and Nelson, and we're gonna go to Blaze and Tamika. How about that?
All right.
So, is there a difference? Like, do you prefer a color when you're just trying to? And excuse my French, but again, we're all adults. But I know sometimes you want to treat your mate, you know, like the first time. You know, like that's not my wife. That's a woman I'm trying to pick up at the bar. You know what I'm saying? And it might be the same way for some women. You know, role play. So is there a difference when you just want to go to Pound Town versus when you want to make love? Do you have different colors that you have for different occasions, that you prefer for different occasions?
You're asking us?
Both, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Both of you.
I know for him,
Yes, you.
okay, but I'm just saying, I know for him, like if I was to put on a black dress and red heels and it's a done deal.
It's a different man, yeah. Feel
Do
you.
you
And what about you
agree?
guys down at the bottom? Miss Keisha and Damon.
Hold on. So I will say that while making love to Tamiko, I see purple.
Oh, yeah.
And why purple?
No, he actually just sees that color.
Like the room will turn, yeah, parts of the room will turn purple.
We're listening. How?
It's magic.
Nigel, do you see purple when we do? I need to know what you're sitting on. Can you share the secret? We need to bottle this up and make it a recipe. Wait a minute. Anybody else see colors? What kind of?
We're going on mute now. Thank you.
I was like, Jay, I'm asking you permission for Nelson to answer the question.
No, permission is not granted.
I'm sorry.
Oh God.
Keisha and Damon, do y'all see extra colors?
Woo!
David, whatever color you were just thinking of.
In Jamaica, we call
Listen,
it
you need to go ahead and bottle that recipe up. And
It'll be on my Etsy shop by the morning.
Blaze, you know I'm discussing this tomorrow, right, on IG. Tomorrow's hump day. I have questions coming. I have to figure out how the hell, Nigel, you still ain't answered me. What color do you see? No?
But David, you were gonna say a color. I feel like you were gonna say a color.
He was.
Yeah, I was saying in Jamaica we call it Pinot Noir. You know, in New York, you know the light bugs. Or you bottle them and it.
What did he say? Like neon colors? I didn't hear him.
Like
I'm
flashing
saying,
lights,
you know,
like
like,
cricket
you know when
lights.
we were younger, you used to catch the bugs in the jars that
Glow
lights.
bugs.
Like,
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
I
you
know
know what?
exactly what you're talking about. I know.
I think
exactly.
I've been sitting on like what the y'all see colors, neon lights. I thought I was actually in tune, but I'm wait a minute.
They call it
Is there
Pinot
a specific prayer or something that you guys say before? No magic potion, none of this.
So I will say, this is the only woman I've ever seen colors with.
Tamiko,
maybe it's just her.
listen. Blaze, give her my phone number. If she doesn't have it, and we like,
Wow.
I've been doing this for what, 8, 9, 10, it'll be 10 years, right? 2012. Yeah. I've never heard this before. That is magical, baby. Ooh. Okay, sorry, because Brandon, I could be on this subject all day.
Yeah, so I tell you what, I'm gonna ask one more question. I just feel like we could go there. We could just dive in.
We might as well.
I got
James has us
one
on mute.
question. I'm gonna ask it to Jaden Nelson first, and don't worry, Jay, we're gonna be good. What color represents you and Nelson as a power couple?
Ooh, great question.
What color you feel like represents you guys?
Red.
Yeah, I would say red.
Beautiful. Why red?
Red. Yeah, red.
Well, yeah, why red? Like why red? Why you guys came to that?
Because sex is red and arguments are red.
Wow.
Makeup
Write
sex
that
is
down.
the best.
I would hope so.
Can't really disagree with that.
Yeah. Charles and Shakira, same. Don't say black either.
I know, right?
We're
nude.
That color-
We're nude. Black and
Wow.
nude. Unacceptable answers from now on.
Probably blue.
Blue. Okay.
Blue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, blue.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why, or
No.
No. What does it represent,
For,
I guess?
for us, blue represents faith and imagination.
Yeah.
beautiful?
Oh.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice. So
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna ask this if you don't mind. I really want to ask this question to everybody because I feel like this is something that brings everybody. So, Blaze and Tamiko, same question. What color represents you as a power couple?
Purple.
Oh,
That power boom. that magic.
Is there some sort of acid being dropped over there?
Is that what?
I mean, because purple haze.
Nelson.
Ray. Yeah.
Nelson.
Oh my God! And then Keisha and David, you need to just wrap us up.
We were definitely thinking purple.
Purple. See?
Yeah,
But I mean,
it's royalty.
well, and then,
Royalty.
yeah, like I said, because we travel to Africa a lot, so we have a lot of printed African made outfit that is actually matching outfits a lot. So when we do go out, we be looking like Eddie Murphy coming coming to America.
Wow.
So when we step out, we be looking royal.
There
I
you
love
go.
that.
She's
I love that.
royal.
Well, Sherry, I'm gonna let you take it over now.
You're just gonna put it on me? We
Oh
were doing
yeah,
good.
because I know you want to go there. I know you want to go there, so let's just go there.
No, you want me to go there.
Of course I do. Remember, I'm taking notes. I'm learning, and so this part, I'm really gonna take notes.
You're really gonna? I'm gonna be very PG-13 in the beginning. I'm gonna start off because I know Jane is a little like, girl, don't go there. So I'm not gonna dive in just yet.
Okay.
I don't think so. But since Nelson mentioned whipped cream earlier, right?
Brandon turns off.
If you had to describe your relationship, which food would you use to describe your relationship?
Good question.
That's for Jane and Nelson.
Spicy hot chicken.
Yo,
Wow.
breaded or unbreaded? I'm such a fan of Nelson. Nelson wants to go there, but I respect your wife. We won't go there. So spicy chicken, why?
Because everything's spicy.
I love it.
Red and
It's always the
spicy.
quiet ones, Jane. It's always the quiet ones. I see right through you.
Jane has no comment.
I've never heard Jane this quiet.
I know.
What about Keisha and Damon? What food would you use to describe your relationship?
I'd say lasagna.
Ooh.
Okay.
I say a smoothie bowl.
A smoothie?
Bowl.
A smoothie bowl? Okay, why? I want to know both of you. Why?
I said a lasagna because there are so many layers, and sometimes it's messy, but it still tastes good.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that.
Sometimes it's messy. Now, when you say messy, what's messy?
After 21 years, it
After
gets
21 years. And
I love it.
It's like, yeah, I think.
I mean, well, the smoothie bowl is almost the same thing,
Yeah, I
but it's just
know.
that it goes through this mixture of blended fruits, and then the toppings just makes it look beautiful.
I want some lasagna now.
I like
Hello.
that. I like that.
Y'all did that. I want some lasagna.
It's true, honey.
And why the smoothie bowl?
All right, so like the process of blending fruits and blending everything to give it a nice texture, and then to top it off with all the toppings.
I like that.
Yeah, so that's
And Blaze and Tamika, what about you guys?
Eggplant.
Why eggplant? I tried to keep a straight
You see,
face.
if you guys are laughing, no, if they're laughing, then your mind is messed up. That's the problem. You see?
Right, because my mind immediately went to because it's healthy. Brandon,
Exactly.
my mind immediately went to because it's healthy.
It's
But
nutritious.
Jane was the first one that was like, yeah.
There we go.
So,
Cherry
It's like
here.
a weird choice, but I get it.
But you know,
Like
hold
I
on.
said,
Hang
under
on.
answer-
Hold on.
No, mute.
Wait,
mute.
no. Eggplant is purple.
Oh, true.
Oh yeah. All right.
This is
Nelson,
Okay.
you're the voice of reason, my friend. You are the voice of
Right.
reason.
And also, as Giselle has pointed out, it's vegan, and so are we. You see, it's all.
It all makes sense, full circle.
Mhm.
What about Charles and Shakira?
A nice sweet banana split. top with hot chocolate on top.
What are you creating here?
Charles, you and I are hanging out, man.
Right.
Listen,
Do we need to ask why
We're
or
at least in
no?
the dairy section.
I have no idea.
I think that is just something that we assume where Charles is going with that.
Yeah, like he would go there.
I think we deserve
I
it.
wasn't even thinking that direction, but yeah.
And I would use her stomach as the bowl.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to push the envelope. That's what he's
I have a
doing.
feeling everybody's going to have a great night tonight.
I know. He's
Do you
trying
guys
to.
remember your first date?
Yeah.
Do you remember your first date? How was your first date, Nelson? Can you tell us?
She said she was hungry and she ate more food than I could afford.
Yeah. No, there's truth to that.
I know. I'm
Because
the truth teller.
no, there was truth because he picked me up and he was late. And by the time we got to where I was starving.
Well, she lived so far, and I had this Lincoln Continental with, whatever.
Yeah, but I was starving. It was ridiculous.
Do you remember
That
the
was me.
restaurant? Where did you guys go?
An
You were
Italian
meant to be
restaurant.
because most
Yeah,
women
it was
don't
an
eat
Italian
most
restaurant
women
in,
they don't really eat the first date in front of their men, all nervous.
That's what they say, but it was like, forget it.
Well, then I
Right.
said,
That's what they say, but I was like, that's it, forget it. All bets are over. You were late, I'm eating.
Right.
this is the woman I'm marrying.
Piggybacking
I like to
off
eat.
of that. Piggybacking off of that, I know that's one of the issues I have with a lot of couples. A lot of people can't really be themselves in relationships. Do you feel like being yourself, being transparent with your partner, make you a power couple? All of you can answer this question. I'm sorry, I didn't get
Yes,
all of
that's
you
actually a
answers.
good question. That's a good question.
Because I personally feel like the relationships where everyone could be themselves, the men and the women, because usually you will find relationships where the men could be completely 100% himself, but the women can't.
Yeah.
But I find that when men allow women to just be themselves, those tend to be the powerhouse couples. Do you guys feel that way or no?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. I think so
I
too.
agree.
Because we could be funny, we could be sad, we could be everything in the same household. She could be dancing in the kitchen doing whatever. I'm like, what are you dancing? And she's like, I'm just dancing. All right, well, whatever.
You're just vibing and you let her be. And that's you guys, right? I like that. I like stuff like that. I feel like relationships are more genuine when it's a friendship versus a forced relationship. When you put titles on things, that's when you put the title wife on a woman, she changes. The expectations from people forces her to change. That's just my opinion, but we won't go into a rant. I kind of get a little deep sometimes too. Can I ask you guys, what was the first time? I'm going to start with Keisha and Damon. When was the first time you actually got jealous concerning your partner? Was there any situations that made you?
You know what? Damon and I, we were friends. We went to high school together, and then so we weren't together. He wasn't my boyfriend, and he had a child with a woman that was his girlfriend. So after years passed and we reconnected, the child was big, and Damon and I started to kind of talk to each other. I think I felt jealous about that whole scenario, and I don't think I've ever said this before.
Oh, therapy. Therapy comes in all forms.
Let me write that down. Let me write that down.
It's a safe space. It's
I
just
feel
us.
very safe.
It's just
Good.
us.
I'm glad.
Oh, I'm joking. I'm sure he knew. I used to throw shade. I think I was definitely jealous. I was.
Wow.
That's understandable.
For me, wow.
It's okay, honey.
That means you were a great dad too.
He was.
Yeah.
He was. He really was.
I'm trying to think. Jealous. I mean, look, like she said, we knew each other from high school, so we have a lot of friends that we knew mutually. And she talks to a lot of friends that are male, and so I'm used to that because a lot of them I know
From high school.
from high school. So when she, like now, if she has a male friend, I mean, I'm kind of cool with it because I'm used to that, and I'm confident.
You know your woman.
Yeah, I'm confident. I know her integrity and I know where she stands. So,
But at first it was a little, I can understand that. 'Cause,
Right.
yeah.
So the jealousy's not really that for me. It's when she's on the damn phone. Sometimes I be like, let that phone fall.
My time. What about
when she start complaining? Oh, the phone's not working. I said, oh, Mercury retrograde.
I blame everything on Mercury retrograde, so I understand. What about you guys, Charles and Shakira?
Well, for me, it's when we first started dating, and Shakira is one who likes to keep in touch with her exes.
Shakira.
She's not denying it.
So when we first started dating, I'm not used to that, because once an ex is out of my life, that's it for me.
Ooh.
you know, more or less.
Shakira,
So
yeah.
Shakira introduced a new dynamic to me, and one of her exes came to town, and she went out and had lunch with him and everything.
Oh, you really keep in touch. Oh, I thought you were like Facebook.
Oh yeah, she really keeps in touch. Yeah, so that really kind of took me off that at that time.
It was bad, yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get past that?
I had to vent.
Yeah, you did. I guess. Yeah.
No, I said how. How did you get past that?
Oh, how did? Oh, we just talked about it. Yeah.
We, you know, we both had at the time a different perspective. For me, it's like, you know, from my ex is the ex, right? They're just an ex. However, like we've been in the arena and there was some lesson that I grew from the whole thing, right? So once I let that go, I had nothing surrounding it. If the ex wanted to talk to me, that's fine. They want to talk to me, that's fine. But he had a different perspective. It's like cold turkey. That's it. You never talk to them again. You never see them. You know, for me, I don't know if you'd call it my culture, but it's like we just go out, we just party, we just, you know, everybody's just in a crew. You go to the dance and you see everybody, and your ex might be there, and it's like nothing. You know, for him from Chicago, it's like it was different. So it's like we had to kind of just work through that.
Got it.
You know, and then I could see his perspective and of course put boundaries in place and, you know, the respect that is needed and necessary to deal with what was comfortable for him. But certainly it was a different perspective, a different element that was being introduced in the relationship. Yeah.
Yep. That's a good one. And what about you?
Well, let's see. For me, so because of his job, because of his job and his position,
I'm a minister.
He's a minister. The dynamics was there from the beginning. You know?
So sorry, Pastor.
Oh, now you want to change the tone.
Let me go get my holy water.
Oh, PG-13 ain't it anymore. Oh, now you want to change that to PG.
We're going back to animation.
Blaze, you got surprises all around tonight. Like, you gotta communicate, Blaze.
Animation now.
Okay, so back to the story.
I didn't tell y'all I'm a minister.
I felt it.
All right. Back to the story. As a minister, the dynamics is different. You know, there's just always people who want to hug and to kiss and, you know, all these different things. And I've never been with a minister or somebody who's in that position. So there had to be like just feeling through that, you know, so there's not one particular thing that I could pinpoint as much as private conversations. You had to have this, it's a whole dynamics that's there that you kind of like have to grow through, right? And be solidified in. So that's how I would answer that question. But yeah, he's a minister.
That's what make y'all a power couple. That right there. I was gonna ask Blaze and Tamika next, but he left. So I'm gonna ask Jane and Nelson. Oh, go ahead, Blaze. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Blaze.
Yes.
What was the question?
I was expecting you as jealous.
Jealous? Oh. You know, I've never really been jealous. When we met, she was ready to cut off exes and go tell exes about me and all that before I was. I kind of had so I had friends, you know.
Please don't beat them. Please don't beat them.
Friends around town.
Friends?
You know.
Yeah. How many friends do you have?
And the thing was,
y'all making me nervous. Come on, minister. We need you to hey, Charles. We need you to do some prayer.
Charles, I don't know if I should take notes for this one.
I'm a little nervous.
So she, from the jump, from like the first month, she showed me that she was ready, and that she found that guy. So I wasn't really There was never a little era for me to be jealous. How about you?
Same, I think, because you've been ridiculously open. I've said this like through all the times I've been hurt, like ridiculously open, and told me way too much, way too many things. And because of him being a personal trainer and an artist and whatnot, I see them all clamoring and trying to get his attention and listen, and all the rest of it. However,
that just triggered my crazy. Ooh.
Yeah, but okay. So I've also said this to him. If you feel the need to go and be with whomever it is, you can go ahead. You can't come back, but you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
I'm about to say.
Great answer. What about you two, Jane and Wilson?
I don't know. I was just saying, I don't really feel that so much. I mean, we met when we were so young. I mean, I was
together.
Yeah, we were together. I mean, I was 17 years old when we met. So
me too.
we were, and we've just always been together. So we don't have a lot of that
Well, let
dynamic.
me ask you guys
anything on that. I don't know if I just don't have anything on that.
Because you guys are considered power couples. I know, jealousy just doesn't come with other women or other men. Sometimes, like what Keisha mentioned, that was a great story. Sometimes it's your kids, it's the time. Like, I know sometimes I'm like, okay, I want time. I want to go on a date and you just don't have time for me because of your career. So sometimes people don't realize that I hate the word jealous, but you're being jealous because your mate is showing something else, not necessarily a person, but like his art or her art or their career.
Toastmasters. Maybe Toastmasters.
Toastmasters, yeah. Sometimes you're just like, okay, well, I want that time. Does anybody ever experience that? And if you want to help any couples out there, how did you get over that?
Yes, it's true. That's exactly what
Time is on my side.
You did what?
Time is on my side.
Okay, gotcha. You
We've
figure your time.
we've been together 40 years. An extra month or here or whatever, it doesn't do me. It doesn't. I mean, I don't feel any jealousy over anything actually.
That's good.
Because who's gonna leave this?
That's what I'm talking about. No,
your black shirt. Look at you, Dustin.
Yeah, but I mean, I think there's something to that. Like when it is like you've been together for such a long time, when you go through things, there's just things that happen. I mean, like we had a death in the family last year. I was in New Jersey for over a month. And that separation, it's just sort of like a non-event. And you know what I mean? And it's, I don't know, just because when you're together so long, I think.
I want to actually piggyback off of that. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I say that there is something real to the question, right, that you asked, that it's not just about people, like, especially in our case, right? He's a minister, I have my own thing going and whatnot, right? The demand that's on him is a lot. Mm-hmm. So there's a demand on him mentally. And so I sometimes have to compete with the mental attention, right? Sometimes he has 3-5 sermons in his head, but I need to plan something and I need to get into his mind somehow, right? Mm-hmm. Then there's the dynamics which early on was like, whoa, we started dating. For us, it's like weekend is the thing, right? So Friday night, you're in the mood, Saturday night, you're in the mood. But when you have a minister for a partner, Friday night is not the mood. And Saturday night, he's in the Holy Grail. You can't even touch him, right? So getting into that dynamics was quite interesting. And it's, like you said, it's not really about the people so much as it's about the attention and the mind and what is he dealing with, what is he going through. And when he's ready to come on this side, it's like I'm already either past whatever or so we have to constantly be getting on the same road, you know. So
and people don't understand that. You might actually have his time. He might be present, but mentally he's not there, and you need that.
Emotionally.
And
yeah.
I wanted to talk about something that Jane mentioned, and I'm sorry we're going dark, guys. I do apologize. I do everything, so I do apologize. But that's something that, you know, like when you get married, you always hear about cheating. You hear about finances. You really don't hear about stuff that can actually like break a marriage. And I know death for my household, death was like detrimental because he lost his mother and I lost my father within a year. And that was and people don't talk about stuff like that. I know like a loss of a child. I have friends who have lost their children and they are hurting. Their marriage is hurting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I hate the word jealous. I don't, it's a lot of words. I feel like they don't have the true meaning for, you know, what people call it. Jealous just sounds like you're being immature. You know what I mean? But I think it's human nature that we feel like that time should be mine. And you should understand I'm going through something. So I need you. Yeah, I know the bills need to be paid. Yeah, I know you need to go minister to other people, but I need you. And how do you fight for that? Like how, I don't know if anyone ever experienced that, but how do you fight past that? Anybody want to answer that?
I mean, I'll just answer for us. I think for us, it's almost like an inflow that we know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if somebody's dying, if her father was sick, whatever, I just step in and do whatever I got to do. If my mother was sick, or, you know, my father had Alzheimer's, she stepped in and took care of the kids while I was handling that. So there's always been this thing that I'm not sure how to describe it, but it's like this. It's
back and
chemistry.
forth.
Stagnant and like, hey, you did this or you did that because my father was. No, it's always been that way. Even though we argue and we do all the normal, you know, horse shit that goes in the house, but it's always been this way for, you know, it's always flowed one way or flowed the other. You know, it's never stagnant where it's like, well, you're on your own. Nobody's been on their own in this family.
That's good.
I wanted to say something, Sherry.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when we have unresolved needs from like our childhood, we don't know how to ask for what we want in our marriages. So a lot of the demands that we have in our intimate relationships, they come from unresolved demands from our childhood.
Amen.
So if your needs weren't met emotionally, it's hard to ask a partner for something. And so I get what you're saying. It's not really jealous. It's like a yearning or a longing for something, whether it's touch, love, you know.
Unmet need. Yeah.
And you're not wrong for feeling that way. Like some people, that's why I say I don't like the word jealous, because people will actually make you feel bad because they use the term jealous. You're not supposed to be jealous because that's an immature thing. You know what I mean? Like you're married, you're adult, you should know better. But like you said, sometimes it's a need. I hate the word jealous. I'm sorry, guys.
But I mean, all emotions are valid. And one thing we need to learn to do is honor all of our emotions and learn how to handle them and process them in a healthy way. And many of us have not been taught that skill of processing our emotions in a healthy way. So jealous is okay. All emotions are okay. It's in how you handle it and process it. So
speaking of how you handle it and how you process it, jumping back over. Sorry, guys. Okay. Have you guys ever been presented with a situation where you wanted to try something romantically and your partner was just not down for it?
Blaze and Tamiko, what you guys got for us?
Blaze got it over there.
You don't have to go into detail and tell me what the act was. But
I think you watched more detail.
How do you deal with the partner? You know, you want to try something. Look, Nelson is ready, Jane, but I'm
Nelson
asking
is
ready to click.
Go to Nelson or Blaze.
Like, nope.
Blaze,
Jane said no, Nelson.
your face lit up. So
Blaze,
please,
we'll go with
whatever
you.
was on your mind when Sherry asked that question, please share that with the group. We don't mind.
We're listening.
I don't. No, go ahead. What was that? You had a convulsion.
No.
I like doing it in nature.
Okay, we're being muted now. Thank you.
Nelson and Jay. I love it.
Nelson, you're the MVP. I don't care what anybody say, Nelson. You are the real MVP.
Blaze, please.
Oh my God.
What?
Sherry, I think we need to ask the question again because I don't know. Maybe he got so happy that he forgot.
How do you, and again, you don't have to share your personal experience because other couples are listening. So you can just maybe talk to the couples. How do you deal with, you wanting to try something romantically and your partner is just like adamant, no, we're not doing that.
So,
Look, Tamika is like, honey, do you realize he see purple? I'm willing to any and everything.
yeah. Well, yes. So there is not one thing that I've mentioned to her that she's been, she's pretty much been open to
Sounds so wrong.
to anything. Not that I'm out of there.
I was just getting ready to say, I was like, either you guys are very out there,
No,
or it's
no.
pretty
It's
simple.
it's not
We
that
don't
we're
judge.
out
I don't
there,
judge
but
either
I
way.
think that the maturity level that we have, I was coming from my previous relationships. It was always jealousy. It was always like possessiveness, toxic, bad arguments, like abuse, all of that. So with this relationship has just, for me, been so mature that there's not anything that I can't say to her. And she accepts me for, for me. So even things that may be kind of crazy, I'm like, if I can't be myself, why am I even here? So, you know what I mean? So there's not really anything that she hasn't been open to, really.
I just sound like a freak now. But...
No, I mean, it's for their
You said
interpretation.
except food?
Hmm?
What did
No,
you say?
No, I said I sound like a freak now. But yeah.
We welcome freaks. We love freaks. Freaks make the world go round. What about you guys, Keisha and Damon? I'm gonna save the minister for last.
I'm sorry, y'all. Oh my God.
Again, you guys don't have to go into detail. You don't have to say, you just
me.
I'll swing from the vine tree.
Nature. One more time for nature.
Two for nature.
Nelson's itching, but we're not gonna go.
I mean, honestly, I had one experience in Jamaica that I definitely will never forget because we needed a hotel that night, and it was the hotel that we reserved was not available. That was a nice hotel, so we went to the raunchiest part of the
Sandals Resorts.
I mean, this was like really nice. I was just like, we had to be intimate, and I had a towel in one little spot. It was interesting, but yeah, no, we haven't had that issue.
I thought y'all ended up at hedonism. I was like, okay, we listen.
I'm not gonna lie, what was coming in and out of that place? And only thing on the TV was pornography. There was nothing else.
This really does sound like hedonism.
It was not like legit, and it's okay. I was. It's just the room was, but we needed a quick place. It was all right.
I love the fact that you didn't let that stop you. I like that.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Slippers on and everything.
Turn it into lemonade.
Charles and Shakira.
Maybe said turning lemons into lemonade.
There you go.
On and everything.
Charles and Shakira.
I would say yes, and we respect each other's boundaries when it comes to that. But yeah, I just stay right there.
Amen.
Okay. We're gonna move on.
1 point.
Brandon, as a single man, is that a fear? Like, because I know some people, that is a fear for them. Like they don't want to end up with their forever person, and their forever person just aren't on the same page with them romantically.
Yeah, of course. But I would hope, as I am courting my queen, that I would feel comfortable enough to say, okay, this is who I think she is, and this is where I think we could take the relationship. I mean, you all take a chance when you get married, right? People say the right things and do the right things, and you just hope that you have that confidence, and I give it to God and like, God, please, I'm taking a chance here. You just hope it works. But of course, I mean, there's many things I fear. And maybe that's why I'm still single. It's just because I'm overthinking it. But also, I do feel like you just need to take a chance sometimes. And if your heart feels right and your mind is there, then you do it. You know?
Listen, there have been plenty of things I said no to, and then I opened my mind and I was like, hello, can't stop doing it. So with that being said, it was a question that I had, and I think it just slipped my mind. It was a good question too.
I mean, I want to just kind of add to that too. I mean, when you're in a relationship for such a long time, right? I mean, eventually you're gonna have to spice it up at some point. You're gonna have to find some way to keep the fire burning and keep it interesting. So, I mean, being together for so long, I mean, we tried things to make it, you know, interesting, not just in sexual ways, but also just to keep the passion alive in relationships.
Intimacy, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, because sometimes, like you said, being a power couple, sometimes you get so captured or captivating what you're doing. You're so passionate about what you do. Sometimes you tend to lose that aspect of the relationship, and then sometimes, you know, we have to kind of just remember to bring it back in and bring it back to that first original, you know,
Feeling.
yeah, that first original feeling, because we get so caught up in what we're doing and what she's creating and I'm creating, and
Right.
we have young children, right? We have 2 older children, we have 2 younger children, so they still need their time as well. So it's like everybody's fighting for this attention, and we still have to find ways and time just to be intimate with each other, emotionally, physically, spiritually, in all aspects, and
I
that's
agree.
what we have to strive for, is to maintain our relationship. So I think all of us here in our panel could attest to going through those motions and finding ways where we could just keep it together.
I agree.
Agreed.
The question came back to me, and I'm asking this because a few of my followers asked me this question. You know, especially with women, we were raised to, you know, to be a little bit more conservative in the bedroom. Do you know the saying, the bedroom is undefiled when you're married? Do you guys believe that to be true, or once you're married, it's just certain things you just do not do? You should never open Pandora's box. I'm listening, Damon. Go ahead.
Damon has a lot to say tonight.
And I think that's true. I mean, I always thought once you're married, and not even just say marriage per se, but once you're committed in a committed relationship, you know what I mean? Because people look at marriage in many different ways, and I have to say,
Right.
that you're in a committed relationship, and you know, this person is the one for me,
Right.
And I feel that you're open to anything in terms of once you're in the proper boundaries with each other and that proper respect, right? And then whatever you feel you're comfortable with, I think you should just go for it, whatever that is.
I agree. Anybody else want to piggyback off of that? You feel like with marriage, some things just should be off limits romantically, or
No, it's whatever the couple agree to. You know, whatever they agree to, and that's.
And I agree with that. Like, marriage is not one size fit all. Like, you know, what didn't work for this couple doesn't mean that it won't work for this couple.
Correct.
So who said that? Yes, Carla, spice it up and try new things. Well, that probably came in.
Yeah.
How is marriage looking to you, Brandon? Are you still scared?
Yes.
No, I think I got what I needed here. It's just like Nelson put, it's gonna be ebbs and flows, and at the end of the day, it's all about communication and really just trusting each other and supporting each other. It's gonna go 2 ways, right? It's never gonna be like, this is how it is, it's my way. That will never work. There's gonna be some things you probably don't want to do, but you have to do because you love your partner, and vice versa.
Compromise.
And then what Damon said, you got to spice it up. You got to keep it fresh. That's the one thing that I know going into that, because I think a lot of couples just stay stagnant, and then that's when the issues start coming in, and then you're just like, you know, that's when you start to wander, like, oh, well, I wonder what else is out there. Is the grass green on the other side? And I feel like you could just do everything within the relationship that you have, but you guys got to make an effort, right? You got to date each other. You got to go out. You got to spice things up. You got to get away from people. And
you gotta get away from each other sometimes.
Yeah, that too. That's important, Sherry. And I'm glad you brought that up. Like you need your independence sometimes, your freedom. And
Yeah.
No.
Look at Blaze.
There's couples that want to say together. I see it, but it's funny because there's some couples like, well, he can't do this without me, and she can't do that without me. I'm like, you guys are two individuals. Like you guys were doing things without each other from before. And like there's a limit, right? There's a barrier, there's a respect that you don't cross. But there's sometimes we're like, man, like if your man wants to go and hang out with his friends, you know, as long as they're doing something, you know, that's not too crazy, like let them go out, you know, for a couple hours. Let your home, you know, your wife go with her friends, you know, maybe she wants to go, I don't know, wherever, you know, with her friends for a couple hours just to get away, you know. And so that's the one thing I know that once I get in a relationship, like that has to be implemented. Like we just need our own time sometimes. It can't always be this because anyways, I'll do that. That's
I agree. Men, trust me, definitely let your woman go out to brunch.
Why not?
Trust me. You'll benefit more than she did. Trust me.
Okay.
That one. Those bottomless, what was it? The bottomless.
The mimosas.
Mimosas. You would benefit a lot more.
Sure. Do you have a story you want to tell us?
I got a whole list. We are party animals. I have a whole bunch of stories. My husband be like, yeah, go, because you having a good time. I'm just saying. We get a little messy right quick, just a little messy, you know, get Jane back in the game. What was your partner's, the first time you tasted your partner's cooking on a scale of 1 to 10? How was the food?
Oh, really good. 1 to 10, 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
And what about you, Nelson, eating her cooking?
A 10.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Charles and Shakira?
Yeah, 10 for me.
I love it.
Even though I do most of the cooking, but so you can tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my husband does the cooking. My husband goes to the grocery store, and I'm very happy and proud about that. And so I get to enjoy his cooking a lot. I would give him the 10. I would give him the 10.
The first time you had
he feeds me. He feeds me well, and it tastes good.
Good. What about you, Keisha and Damon?
Definitely a 10 for me, but I know he ain't got a 10 for me.
That's the ministry, right? That's the ministry. It's okay. It is okay.
We got 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 3. Well, he's saying it's not that bad, but he sure didn't make me feel like it wasn't that bad. You don't put ginger in. I remember what you said. While he was throwing the food out, you don't put ginger. I was like,
that's good.
Blaze and Tamika, what was your rating?
I remember the first thing. I will say this: I don't eat enough in the day, and he always. I think I might have even been on a meeting with Jane where there's just like food coming into the camera, where he will definitely like prepare and make whatever it is, lunch or dinner, or whatever for me. So, and then you did that on Friday too.
But how did it taste the first time you had?
Oh, the first time, no.
Like a 6, 7, 10.
Look at Brandon being messy.
Again, I'm just going.
I don't know what she gonna rate it. I just know that she asked for some salt. I don't use salt. So you know, she asked for salt, and I said, "Well, I don't use salt." But,
we're gonna go with like a 6.
Like a 6. But if he had salt, then like a 9.
There you go. And Blaze, what was your rating?
Her food is good. She cooked for me, actually, like tonight too. So it was good. It was only one meal, right, that you cooked. I don't know what I was eating, but
actually, it was eggplant.
I think we need to end the podcast right now.
I remember I was so upset 'cause it just didn't come out how I wanted it to.
Yeah, she told me that she was in a mood that life was, you know, that she was kind of stressed. So I kind of knew it wasn't going to be a 10. But I ate it, so it wasn't terrible. It just wasn't a 10 or a 9.
So we're both going with 6.
Yo, Blaze, stop right there.
I was going to say,
Once.
I was purple. Bring it back, purple. Bring it back. You were doing really good. Don't go there.
Don't go there.
Please don't.
He said that's it or not. Or I was like, just stop.
Do you guys remember your first date and how? Oh, we talked about that already. We talked about the first date. I do apologize. I'm just going over this question. I'm so afraid to ask this one, but I'm just gonna let the world know that Blaze wrote this question. Yeah, I'm throwing you up under the bus.
Wrote the question.
Jane is making me a little nervous.
Yeah.
Maybe just open it up to the group and whoever wants to.
And
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask.
The minister is here. I knew he was a minister coming in.
You knew it? How did you know?
Just keep that in mind.
So I feel
Well,
like
that's the
when the
first
question
question.
gets spicy, Jane puts on her sweater.
No, it's freezing.
And
My
then when she
favorite
gets
color.
relaxed, then she takes it off again.
It's freezing.
Yeah,
And
when
then
it
I
gets
get
hot
hot.
again, when it gets spicy a little bit. Y'all do not beat me for this question, okay? Please don't beat me. Nobody end up in the doghouse, so answer this very smartly. Use your brain, okay? Woo! What did you think of your partner the first time that you saw them naked?
Considering that we were very young.
We were young, so it was like, woo!
Considering that we were all of 23.
We were young, so that was hot back days. So,
Yeah.
Y'all both giving each other a 10.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh my
Oh, we're
God.
rating this?
Most definitely.
Oh dear God, please y'all say 10. Just
Just say 10.
The first time
Just
you saw them. But listen, but
Mine.
we are honest. We're transparent with each other. So let's keep it 100. But I agree. Like if everybody met each other young, you know, probably
Rating.
Oh, rating.
Just rating.
A
1 to
rating.
10. That's
the
it.
rating. Yeah.
10. That's it. Move on.
Jane said we're not
Well,
even.
So Jane said,
Jane, lay
Jane's
it
like,
down.
come on, don't. Listen, Jane, I didn't come up with that question. I just want you, Blaze, you have some explaining to do.
We should ask them that question since he came up with it.
Yeah, go ahead.
just saying.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Brandon. Start trouble.
That's what I'm here for.
Start trouble.
Uh-oh.
So I must say that Tamiko works hard. She's in the gym. She's made such great progress. So right now, her body, 10. Absolutely.
But that wasn't the question.
First time.
No, it was the first date.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Let's
Right.
all turn off.
Nelson, not the first date. He's up now. The first time.
First time.
Let's all disconnect.
first, I'm gonna
I only
us.
had a
The
first date.
time. First time.
So, like I said, right now, 10. 10.
I'm moving along.
First
In
time,
the words, Jane, moving right along. Moving right along.
10.
That's smart. That's a smart thing to do.
Good answer.
So let me ask you guys. This is my last question. I'm going to turn it over to Brandon if you want to, Blaze. This is my last question. I'm going to leave you guys alone for a little bit, anyway. If a young couple, let's say early 20s, came up to you and they wanted advice about marriage, what advice would you give them?
To talk to my therapist.
Yeah, I would say.
I just gave someone that same advice this morning. I just gave someone that same exact advice this morning. Listen, I'm not even a fan of like conventional therapy, but I 100% believe in marriage counseling.
How young is the couple though?
I say early 20s, like
Early
anywhere from
20s.
21 to 25.
I would say wait till your 30s to get married.
Wow.
I agree with that.
And grow up a little bit.
I agree with that. I'm always telling girls, go travel, have fun. Don't settle down yet.
Yeah.
Keisha and Damon, you guys have any advice?
Well, I'll say work on your baggages that we all walk with in our relationships and traumas. Because we all enter into our relationships with our baggages, and sometimes that relationship could be a dumping ground for all of that. And if you're not healed, then you have to love that person enough to both of you heal your way through that journey together. That's the road that we've been on. But I think that once we came into that understanding and learned how to find happiness for ourselves first, and then us cultivating our own happiness, then we come into this relationship as whole people. And like Brandon was saying earlier, he was saying he's looking for his other half, but you really have to look for the other whole, because we got to be whole to enter into a relationship. So
that's some good advice.
Once we do that, then I think the longevity itself will automatically just be there, because you're entering into a relationship. You don't have to be fully healed, but on your healing journey, so you can recognize.
You at least have to be aware. I think everyone needs to be aware of their flaws, I guess you could say, or their childhood trauma.
Yeah, so like our house looks like a parody show sometimes. Like, dear, earlier I was a little insecure and I asked you what. Some days it's just like we're so aware that it's like I realized I was complaining a little bit too much. We start having these conversations.
Do any of you ever feel like your mate is like you have the best partner, especially looking at other marriages? Do you feel like you have like the best partner? So some days when you are being crabby, you're like, dang, like I didn't mean to do that to them, because they're just so great. Does that happen to anybody else? Sometimes I really feel so guilty when I Okay, sorry. Charles and Shakira, you guys have any advice to 21 to 25-year-old? Did you answer already?
No.
You said
21 to 25.
I would say why.
I agree.
This is true. This is true.
Look, all of these couples are shaking their heads.
This is true.
I agree.
It's like, why?
But seriously, I would ask why.
You don't know yourself at that age. And I don't care how mature you are or you think you are, you don't really know yourself. And what you want at 21, you're not going to want at 25. What you want at 25, do you guys feel like you rebrand yourself a lot in your marriage?
Oh, God.
Of course, yes. You're constantly changing and transforming yourself. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, go Brandon. I'm sorry.
No, that was amazing. I mean, I guess my last question would be kind of piggybacking off of Sherry, but like, what's one word, and there's multiple words, what's one word that you just always have to keep in mind, whether it's about to, you're about to get married, during the marriage, when things are rocky, one word. And one word I can tell you that I learned from my brother, he told me it's compromise, and for however you want to take that word, right? And however you want to interpret it, because, we can compromise it. No, it comes down to that. It's, hey, there's some things that I need to compromise that make you happy and vice versa. But he goes, that's what's keeping my marriage strong. And he's been married for, I think it's 21 years. So, and they got married very young, but he's always told me that. So if there's any other words that you guys have, please, I'd love for you to share it with the group.
Compromise, but don't lose yourself from compromising too much. Because a lot of people do they compromise, but they also lose themselves. I mean, I agree. Compromise is very important. Compromising is important.
I say resilience.
Hell yeah. Who said that? Who?
I like, no, come on, who you think said? That's my dog, Nelson, man. Who you think said that?
Seriously.
I like that word.
Seriously, you have to be
I don't know that I can put it in one word, but I like the best way I can describe it is like, keep in mind that you are a separate person and they're not thinking what you're thinking.
Man. Yeah.
And they're not mind readers. So it's like, you got to check in, like, don't assume that they're thinking what you're thinking, because they're not. Wow. We're not thinking the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like to tell
like just dealing with people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to tell people, strip the titles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't look at him as your husband. Look at him as a human. Look at him like your brother, your father. Just, your parents. You don't throw away your parents' relationship when you're upset with them. You work things out.
Go through it, yeah.
Look at them as
So-
a human.
So
Blaze and Tamiko.
For me, the most powerful word in a relationship is heal. We have so much baggage, and we have mindsets in the way that we think about ourselves and with everything about other people. And when you begin that journey of healing, you uncover so much. And I feel that a couple, not that I've been, I'm talking like we've been married, whatever, but just from what I've seen in my own clients and just throughout life, is a lot of the couples that fight the most are the ones that are carrying that burden. They're carrying so much baggage and they don't know how to deal with that baggage. So they dump it on each other. And it's like this, right? So when you begin that journey of healing and you both continue to heal, that there is success in that. So.
it's true. True.
I agree.
Yeah.
Backing off that, I
Okay.
would say communication.
Oh,
So being able to, I would say honestly, and I'm not saying because of the other person in other relationships or whatever, but going back to what Sherry was saying, I can completely be myself with him, which also means I can tell him everything, vice versa, and whatever. And there's no fear in that, which is a fantastic place for me to be. And I don't feel I have to act a certain way, I don't have to play charades at all or anything. So when it comes to the healing portion of things and being transparent in that way, I can kind of lay it out there and not dump it on him, but to be like, this is what I'm dealing with right now.
Right. And not feel any kind of way.
I'm sorry?
No, I say you can dump it on him and not feel any kind of way.
We can just talk about it, especially if it's something that's affecting us. Like, this is why, kind of what Keisha was saying, like, this is why I've been feeling, I've been snapping at you all day. It's because of this, or, whatever.
Right.
So that's been really kind of useful and freeing. So yeah, communication.
I agree. One thing I always like to tell people is just remember to be friends too.
Yep.
Remember the friendship, because you're not going to always like each other. But just remember, that's your friend. That's your partner, your teammate. Y'all are in this together.
That's right.
Yeah, and when you remember that that's your friend, you remember to have fun. You remember to release the duties of motherhood, fatherhood, wife, husband, and you just want to have fun. And never mind, I was going to say something else. But we won't.
What's your Charles and Shakira?
You remember to have fun, and you can swing on the chandelier at night.
Yes.
Wearing nude colors in the purple.
That's it.
Light,
And see purple.
Without Blaze.
Yeah.
Sherry, would you
it's
have
getting late in the game here, and the ready whip is ready.
Oh man.
Neil, listen, Nelson for president. No.
All right.
More people like you in the world.
Nelson said we got to wrap this up, right? But I would love to hear from Charles and Shakira and Keisha and David. Just the one word, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah. It's actually 2 words.
Okay.
Why? Know your why.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you agree on the why. I've seen so many couples, they get married for different reasons, and they never discuss those reasons why they got married in the first place. So they're on 2 different pages.
Wow.
No agreement.
Wow.
And Scripture says, 2 has to agree to walk the same path.
Right.
Sure.
For me, I say commitment. Because when you come on this journey, in life, a lot of people are not committed to what they do, so they're quick to jump or stop or give up. And when you're in a committed relationship, no matter what you're going through, if you're committed to that person, you're willing to go through it to get to the other side. So for me, commitment is what helps me to push through the ups and the downs and the good and the bad and all that. Just know that this is the person I'm committed to. So I'm open and willing to accept whatever it is that I need to make it work.
Yeah, I like that.
I think that I just wanted to presence. I agree completely with the why, right? Because you always want to remember your purpose and what is the purpose of your relationship and why are you together and all of that stuff. I just want to add the element of love, not from the traditional context of the swinging of love, but more from the idea of oneness, right? The idea of oneness. So just wanted to throw that into the mix because there's that unconditional, unbreakable space, especially when you've journeyed and you're in the battlefield for a while. There's that love that transcends, right? What we learned about love. So just wanted to presence that.
Well,
And I would say forgiveness.
Oh, all day. All day.
That's all I got. Sherry, Blaze, you want to take us out?
Over to you, Blaze.
Yes. I'd like to thank everyone here for bossing up and putting your trust, putting your brand, putting your Toastmasters career, putting all that in my hands. I feel honored. So, but seriously, I want to thank everybody here. This is episode 61. So the replay will be available on YouTube. So if any of you missed portions of this broadcast, you can watch that replay. It'll be up as soon as this live session is done at the Blaze and Line podcast. Also, the audio version will be available tomorrow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, and all your major streaming platforms as well. And before we go, I think Sherry is feeling kind of frisky. I don't know if you want to go into your bag. And
No, I know you mentioned it, but I yeah.
So learn from the minister.
Part two?
Wow. Guys.
Only because I needed to re-up on inventory, so I was like, I didn't want to bring out my personal stash.
Gotcha.
But for those couples who do want to spice things up a little bit, I do have a novelty shop, cherryshabazz.com, as well as holistic medication that boosts, not medication, holistic products that boost your libido as well. But yeah,
Okay.
I get shy when it's time to talk about me. That was really weird. Sorry, I wasn't ready. Okay.
And that's cherryshabazz.com, right?
Yeah. 2 R's and an I. Cherry with 2 R's.
Awesome. And B? Any?
I don't really got nothing for y'all, but my Instagram is BCT1011. If you want to bestow any more knowledge and advice, please, let's connect.
And he's single, ladies.
Yeah.
He's single, ladies.
If you want to slide in my DM, you know, let me know.
That is how you stay single, bro.
And hey,
I almost had it too.
You almost had it.
Brandon, take advice from Nelson. Show up on the first date really late so she could be herself, eat all her food, and be comfortable. That's the one. That is going to be the one.
That's it.
Thank you. I want to thank you guys for having me. I thank the couples. You guys were awesome. I could never do what you did. So thank you.
Thank you.
Minister, please do not crucify us.
You got it. Namaste.
This was good. This is
Yeah,
really
it's been
good.
fun. It's been
Thanks for
fun.
having us.
I enjoyed you guys.
Thank you so much.
I look forward to the next one.
That's
Part
it.
two. Part two.
Episode 69.
Maybe power couples after dark.
Right. That'll be episode 69, ladies.
Okay.
I want Nelson to lead it though. Nelson.
I don't know if Jane will show up. Jane might not be present.
Jane is not coming.
I'll be volunteering for some Toastmasters event.
Sign me up for 69.
6'9". Hey, you got it. Hey, that's
58, 43.
Yeah.
My cheekbones hurt.
Sorry, Blaze.
Oh man.
Right?
No, this is hurting. No, this is great. For all of the panelists on the panel, if you have, what I always do is my featured guests, I always share what you have going on in your business. So if you have any upcoming events or any programs or a book or anything that you want me to promote, give it to me, and we on the Blaze the Lion podcast will promote it. Same thing goes for the host as well. It's all about community and family. So it's not me using the talents of others to go higher, but it's all of us serving each other, and that's how we grow, and that's how we change the world.
Yep.
So good night, distinguished Toastmasters.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Fellow Toastmasters.
Bye, Nelson.
I know, right?
Take care,
All the
everybody.
best, Brandon.
Don't make me proud tonight, okay?
All right.
Comments.
I got my notes.
Very good.
This was the Blaze the Lion podcast. As I always say, peace and love.
And love. All right. Peace out. Okay.